One stormy night, a magnificent villa, usually bustling with life, was eerily quiet. Inside, a frail old man, Mr. Harrison, the billionaire owner of the estate, stumbled through the grand living room, clutching a bottle. He appeared heavily intoxicated, his movements clumsy, and his words slurred. Watching him from the corner of the room was a young woman named Maya, the daughter of his longtime maid, Maria. Maya had grown up in this house, viewing Mr. Harrison almost as a grandfather figure. Her mother was away for the week, visiting a sick relative, and Maya had volunteered to fill in, looking after the old man. Seeing his state, Maya rushed to his side. "Mr. Harrison, are you all right? You've had too much to drink?" "Let me help you to your room," he grumbled, pushing her hand away. "Leave me be, girl. I know what I'm doing." But his legs buckled and he nearly collapsed. Maya, though slight, managed to support his weight, her face etched with concern. She carefully guided him toward the grand staircase, his arm draped over her shoulder. It was a struggle, but she was determined to get him safely to his bed. As they slowly made their way up the stairs, Mr. Harrison's ramblings grew more erratic, started muttering about his safe, his will, and a hidden key. "The key, it's in the library." "Behind the Shakespeare collection," he mumbled, his eyes barely open. "Everything. Everything is in that safe. Millions." Maya's heart pounded in her chest. Was he delirious? Was he revealing his deepest secrets in a drunken stupor? She focused on the task at hand, gently shushing him. "It's okay, Mr. Harrison. We're almost there. It's just a few more steps." Finally, they reached his bedroom. She helped him onto the bed and carefully removed his shoes. He was already snoring softly. Maya pulled a blanket over him, adjusted his pillow, and stood there for a moment, watching him sleep. The words he'd spoken echoed in her mind. The key, the safe, the millions. A wave of temptation, cold and sharp, washed over her for a fleeting second. Her family had always struggled financially. Her mother had worked her entire life, and they still barely made ends meet. That money could change everything for them. It could give her mother the comfortable retirement she deserved and fund Maya's dream of going to medical school. But the thought was gone as quickly as it came. Betraying Mr. Harrison's trust was unimaginable. He had always been kind to her and her mother. He paid for her school books and always asked about her grades. Stealing from him would be like stealing from family. Shaking her head to clear the thoughts, she quietly tidied the room, picked up the empty bottle from the floor, and switched off the main light, leaving a small lamp on. Before leaving, she placed a glass of water and some pain relievers on his bedside table for the morning. She closed the door softly behind her, her resolve firm. His secrets were safe with her. Downstairs, Maya couldn't shake the unease. She decided to check the library, not to find the key, but to ease her own mind. She walked over to the towering bookshelf and ran her fingers over the leather-bound Shakespeare collection. Just as he'd said, behind a copy of King Lear, she felt a small, cold object. It was a small, ornate brass key. Her breath hitched. It was real. The temptation returned, stronger this time. It would be so easy. No one would ever know. He was drunk. He probably wouldn't even remember telling her. She held the key in her palm, its weight feeling immense. It represented a choice, a crossroad in her life. One path led to instant wealth, a life free from financial worry. The other path, the one she was on, was harder, filled with uncertainty, but paved with integrity and self-respect. She thought of her mother, Maria, a woman of immense pride and principle, who had taught her that character was worth more than any amount of money. What would her mother think if she knew? The shame of that thought was enough to make her decision. Maya walked back upstairs, the key clenched tightly in her fist. She quietly entered Mr. Harrison's room. He was still sleeping soundly. She gently placed the key on the bedside table, right next to the glass of water she had left for him. Her heart felt lighter, her conscience clear. She had been tested, and she had not failed. She knew she had done the right thing. With a final look at the sleeping old man, she left the room, her spirit at peace. She would earn her success the right way, through hard work and determination, just as her mother had taught her. The next morning, Maya was preparing breakfast when Mr. Harrison walked into the kitchen. He was freshly showered, dressed in a crisp suit, and looked perfectly fine. There was no sign of the frail, intoxicated man from the night before. He wasn't even hungover. "Good morning, Maya," he said, his voice clear and strong, a warm smile on his face. Maya stared at him, confused. "Mr. Harrison? You seem well this morning," he chuckled. "I am, Maya. I am perfectly well." He then walked over to her and held out his hand. In his palm was the small brass key. Maya's eyes widened. Mr. Harrison's smile grew wider. "I wasn't drunk last night, Maya. It was a test. Foolish theatrical test, perhaps, but a necessary one." Maya was speechless, a mix of shock, relief, and a little bit of anger swirling within her. He continued, "I am an old man, and I need to know who I can trust. My business empire, my legacy. I need to leave it in capable, and more importantly, honorable hands." He looked at her with genuine admiration. "You had every opportunity to take advantage of me. You could have taken the key, found the safe, and disappeared. But you didn't. You showed me compassion, integrity, and a strength of character that is rarer than any diamond." He paused, letting his words sink in. "Your mother has always spoken so highly of you, and now I see why. You are an extraordinary young woman, Maya." Then he made her an offer that would change her life forever. "I don't have any children of my own, Maya. For years, I've been searching for a successor, someone with a sharp mind and a good heart. I believe I've found that person in you." He proposed to fund her entire medical school education, no strings attached. But he also offered her something more, a position at his company, a chance to learn the business from the ground up, to be mentored by him personally. "I want to give you the chance you deserve, Maya, the chance to build your own future, not with stolen money, but with your own incredible talent and hard work." Tears welled up in Maya's eyes as she listened. It was everything she had ever dreamed of and more. It was a validation of every principle her mother had instilled in her. By choosing the harder path, by staying true to herself, she had gained something far more valuable than money. She had gained an opportunity, a mentor, and a future built on the solid foundation of her own integrity. With a trembling voice, she accepted his offer. That stormy night, which had started with a test of character, ended up being the dawn of a brilliant new chapter in her life, proving that true wealth is not what you have, but who you are. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.